everyone. Realized I have not gotten my yoga mat out yet, so I'm doing good as far as that's concerned. That's good. But hi! Welcome to Level Up Your Dex, where we will do some yoga. Yeah. So, while I get my mat and everything, since I am smart and didn't do that yet, if anyone has any requests today, let me know. If not, then I'm just gonna throw yoga at you. So, one moment. Mats are important for the yoga evening. Actually, you know, you can do yoga without a mat. Really, you could just do it wherever you are. All right. One mat, let me grab my blocks. Blocks grabbed. Okay. That will be a lot easier now. Don't kick things, don't kick things. All right, yes, okay, we will go ahead and begin. Let me know if you guys have trouble hearing me or anything like that, as I'm using this microphone today. But yeah, just let me know and we will begin. So, let's start some music. Also, let me know if you can hear the music or not. Or if it's too loud. Okay. Let's start standing today. We need to wake up a little bit. So, all right. Find a good position here with ankles, knees in line with the hip sockets. Hands are beside our hips, palms facing forward in mountain pose. Let's close our eyes and just find some deep breaths. Let's breathe in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Make sure your knees are soft as well so they're not locked. Then let's switch the breath to in and out through the nose. Letting both the inhale and the exhale be about the same length. And let's take a moment to scan through the body. Start at the head, work all the way to the toes. Just go one part at a time. Just see how you're feeling today. And just making note, if there's any part of the body you want to go easy on, you want to be gentle with, let it guide you through the practice today. Always modify for it. Don't do anything that's going to hurt it. Good. On our next inhale, sweep both arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Just continue with the breath. You can always go at your own pace. Next inhale, take just the right arm up and stretch through the side of the body. Ooh, my arms are tired today. Switch sides on the next inhale. And just just continuing side to side. Find one more on both sides. And then we'll come back. Let's inhale both arms up. Let's exhale chair. So sitting back, weight into the heels and hips, arms feet forward. We'll inhale back up. And just continuing with the breath a few times. Good, let's meet at our next inhale, and we're going to switch this to a twisting chair. So on an exhale, sit your chair first, let the arms come over the head, and then we're going to let the belly turn first to one side. We'll inhale back up at center, exhale, switch to the other side. Good, just going with the breath. Find one more on both sides. Meeting back at the inhale, let's exhale, hands to mountain, and let's step out with the feet. We'll find about a wingspan base for a moonflower, so turn toes out, tuck heels in. We'll inhale both arms up, exhale down to a squat, drawing elbows in towards the spine and ribs. Inhale back up, and just continue with the breath. Let's do one more. Meeting back the inhale, exhale, hands to the heart. Let's go ahead and step back to hip socket distance. And let's inhale both arms up. We'll exhale, we'll swan dive. So bend the knees, hinge from the hips, come all the way down to forward fold. And let's step back to all fours. Feel free to add some cushion under the knees if you'd like. And we're going to move through cat-cow. So starting with cat on the exhale, rounding through the spine. We'll inhale cow, curving through the spine. And just going with the breath. Find one more through both. Then after the last one, let's come back to child's pose for just a moment. So sitting back on our heels, forehead to the mat. And you can rock side to side, massaging the hips if you'd like. the next inhale, let's lift to down dog. So we'll curl the toes under, we'll lift the tailbone to the highest point, we'll alternate heel press here. So pressing down on one heel, bending the other knee, switching back and forth. Just going slow, going with the breath. Switch to a plank flow. So we're going to start down at the feet. Accrete away through the spine. So we're rounding as we inhale forward to full plank, straight spine here. Exhale, round back the way you can. Hello, welcome to anyone joining us. Continue with the breath. Let's do one more. And then from here, we can either walk or step back to the top of the mat or into forward fold. And on an inhale, let's reverse swan dive. We'll come all the way up. On an exhale, let's swan dive back down, bend the knees, come all the way down to forward fold. Inhale, reverse. Again, exhale, swan dive. One more, and we'll switch to a sun salutation. So on an exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, it's halfway to monkey, so hands on the mat on the shins. Torso just coming about halfway up. Exhale, step back to child's pose, or if you know the full version and want to do it now, feel free. Otherwise, follow me through this version. So we'll inhale forward to kneeling plank, shoulders over wrists, hips past knees. Shift the body, weight forward a little bit more, bend elbows to kneeling crocodile. Then release hips and belly to the mat. Just use the core to lift the shoulders into low cobra, hands mostly rest. Exhale, lead with the hips. Keep the back flat as you come back into child's pose. Then we'll step to the tops of our mats into forward fold. On the inhale, we'll reverse swan dive. We'll exhale, chair. Good, inhaling back up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, option for down dog or child's pose. Down dog's the full flow. Feel free to do the previous. Inhale forward to full or kneeling plank. Shift forward, exhale, full or kneeling crocodile. Shift forward, inhale, up dog or low cobra. And then exhale back to down dog or child's pose. And we can hop, step, or walk to the top of the mat, forward fold. On the inhale, we'll reverse swan dive. We'll exhale, chair. Good, inhale, back up. We'll do one more. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Inhale to a plank. Shift forward, exhale to a crocodile. Shift forward, inhale, up dog or low cobra. And exhale back to down dog or child's pose. And then we can hop, step, or walk to the top of the mat, forward fold. On the inhale, to reverse swan dive. We'll exhale, chair. Good, let's inhale back up. Let's exhale, swan dive back down. And let's step back to down dog. And let's just hold the pose here for a few deep breaths. Breathing into the legs and back. Good, on our next inhale, let's sweep the left leg straight up and back, three-legged down dog. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest, we'll lift, and we're just gonna step through to a runner's lunge. You can have hands on something here if you want. I have blocks, you certainly do not have to have blocks. They could be on like a chair or anything that's stable and at a good height. We're just gonna hold here. Front knee stacks on top of the front ankle. Find those deep breaths, breathing into the hips. Hello, welcome to anyone joining us. Good, let's readjust the back foot for warrior one. So turn it at about a 45-degree angle so the foot is flat. Front knee is bent, we'll hinge. Let's come all the way up to warrior one. And then once here, let's bring arms out in front. We'll cross right over left for a hug or wrap or stack for eagle arms. And we'll hold here. Press down into both feet. Make sure this right hip is turning inwards. There's a bit of a twist in the hips. Focus on the breath. Turn back this way. Actually, I'll turn this way. Let's find one more deep breath. The exhale to release the arms. Now let's turn the hips open and turn both toes out. Bend the knees to a squat, and we'll hold a sun pose. So bring arms up shoulder height. Palms face the sky. Finding those deep breaths here, or if anyone's protecting shoulders, you can always use cactus arms, hands on hips, or at the heart instead. And think about reaching out through the fingertips as you press shoulder blades towards one another. Good. Keep the knees bent. Let's inhale, arms up. Swan dive all the way down. And we're going to walk back around to the top of the mat. So that would be towards the left or the front leg from before. And let's step back to down dog. Taking a moment here. Hello, welcome to anyone joining us. Hi, not yet. Let's move through vinyasa. So down dog or child's pose to start. Inhale to fuller kneeling plank. Shift forward, exhale, fuller kneeling crocodile. Shift forward, inhale up dog or low cobra. Exhale back to down dog or child's pose. Good. Oh, I can't see what you said. Quietly takes a seat. Yes, hi, welcome. Let's switch sides. So we'll sweep the right leg up. I'm actually going to come to this side, but sweep the right leg up. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest, lift, step on through to a lunge. We'll hold this lunge. Good, so again, make sure front knee stacks on top of front ankle. Hands can be on the mat, they can be on something else for support. Whatever you have, as long as it's stable. Whew. I'm hungry already. All right, let's readjust the back foot for warrior one. So again, turning it at about a 45-degree angle, foot is flat. Front knee is bent, we'll hinge, we'll come up. And then once here, take a moment to readjust. So again, hips are turning forward. We'll bring arms out in front, press left over right for a hug, a wrap, or stack for eagle arms. Bend the front knee, press down into both feet, sink into the pose. Whew. My shoulders need this stretch. I did too much Beat Saber yesterday. Good. Next exhale, let's release the arms. We're going to turn the hips back open, turn both toes and knees out. And then once here, we're actually going to switch to warrior two. Let's go to the left first. So turn the right foot about parallel to the short edge of the mat. Left knee, left toes will point towards the left. Left knee is bent, feet are in line. And we're actually going to make this a reverse warrior. So turn the left palm up, reach forward, come up and back to reverse warrior. Back hand is just taking a break on that back leg. Left hand is reaching to the sky. And we're looking for the stretch here on the left side. Sink down into the lunge as you reach up in opposition. Good. Next exhale, come back down. Let's switch sides. So take a moment just to adjust. We're turning to the other side. So now the right knee is facing the right. Left foot is about parallel to the short edge of the mat. Feet are in line. Front knee is bent. Arms are at shoulder height. Right palm turns up. Reach forward. Come up and back. Holding here, breathing into that right side. Next exhale, let's come back down. Let's readjust the feet back to center, turning both toes out. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, swan dive down. This time, let's hold standing straddle splits. So we want the spine to be straight, but we're also looking for a stretch in the hips. To find the straight spine, there are options. So you can keep the knees bent with toes and knees turned out to take pressure off of the legs and back. If straightening the legs out today is comfortable, pigeon toe for straight legs. You can use something under the hands for extra lift. And then if you have the straight leg option and there's still more room for the stretch, then you can hinge from the hips and come as deep into the pose as you'd like. Press into both feet as if you're trying to stretch the mat between them. Next, inhale, you can come forward. Let's come back to parallel to the mat. Let's turn toes and knees out. We're going to walk back towards the right foot, turning feet into a lunge. And let's step back to down dog. Take a few moments here to breathe into the legs and back. And then let's move through a vinyasa. So we'll inhale forward to full or kneeling plank. Shift forward, exhale forward, kneeling crocodile. Shift forward, inhaling up dog or low cobra. And exhale back to down dog or child's pose. Good, then once here, let's drop knees to the mat. And let's find spinal balance. So find all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. On an inhale, we're going to take the left leg and the right arm out in line with the spine, and we'll hold here. Reaching from heel to fingertips. Hello. Welcome to anyone joining us. Next exhale, release, switch sides, left arm, right leg, same thing. Next exhale, let's release. From here, we're going to drop down to forearms, clasp the hands, elbows are under shoulders. We're going to switch to dolphin. So it's a lot like down dog. Just going to curl the toes under, lifting the tailbone, just on forearms here. And we're going to move through a swimming dolphin. So for that, we'll exhale, bending the knees. We're going to shift our gaze forward over the thumbs. Inhale, come back. And again, exhale, forward. And just going with the breath. Let's do 2 more. Good, then let's drop knees to the mat. Come back to child's pose just to let the shoulders release for a moment. Next inhale, come back up to down dog. And then from here we can either hop, step, or walk to the top of the mat into forward fold. On an inhale, let's reverse swan dive and come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And then from here, let's switch to a standing quad stretch. So whenever you're ready, bring weight and balance to the left foot. Bend the right knee, reaching back with the right hand for the right ankle. Or you can hook something around that ankle and hold on to that. Flex the foot so the toes point towards the mat. Make sure all the joints stay in line, so knee, ankle, and hip. Left hand can go to the hip, out to the side, or to the sky. But focus on flexing, or rather pressing the ankle into the hand. We're looking for the stretch in this right side. And just breathe deep. Also find a static focal point for the eyes. Find one more deep breath. The exhale, let's go ahead and release the legs. Shake them out if you want. And when you're ready, we'll switch sides. So weight and balance to the right foot. Bend the left knee. Reach back to the left hand to the left ankle. Foot is flexed. Right hand can be to the hip, out to the side, or to the sky. Keep all the joints in line. Press the ankle into the hand. Breathe deep. It's hard to want to stand still when there's like this kind of music. I like beats. Good, let's find one more deep breath. Exhale, release that ankle, shake the legs out if you would like. From here, let's inhale both arms up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Take a moment, you can shake, nod the head. You can cross the arms or wrap them around the legs. Let the knees be soft or bend them as much as you need to take pressure off of the back. All right, let's step back to all fours. And then from here, let's walk hands forward into kneeling plank. Slowly lower all the way to the belly. And we're going to turn the head to one side, resting the head on the mat so we can stretch the neck. Arms can go wherever you like. And just find a few deep breaths here. let's turn our gaze back to center. And we're going to switch to a locust pose. So for that, hands are by the hips, palms face the mat. We're going to start by engaging the core, so pulling the belly button in a little bit. Use that to lift head and shoulders up off the mat. Then you can stay here. You can add the arms, reaching through the fingers. You can also add the legs, reaching through the toes. Find those deep breaths. You'll know your breathing, so you're going to bounce a bit on the inhale. Find one more deep breath. Exhale, release. Turn the head to the opposite side. We'll stretch the neck there. All right, let's turn our gaze back to center, bring hands to shoulders. We'll engage the core. Use hands or forearms to lift up, and we're gonna come back to child's pose so we can let the back release a little bit. Any variation you want, hands over the head or by the feet. All right, next inhale, come back to all fours. Let's go ahead and sink hips to one side. We'll swing the legs around to seated stack. Oh. And we want to sit nice and tall on these sits bones or butt bones. Elevate the hips if you need to, if you're feeling like you're falling backwards, back is rounding. Make sure feet are flexed. Find a nice long spine. And when you're ready on an exhale, we'll just hinge forward from the hips. Walking hands down the legs, stopping when the spine begins to round. Hold here. Tight hamstrings. You guys are so quiet today. Really, really focusing hard on that yoga. Ooh. Find 2 more deep breaths. On that second exhale, let's hinge from the hips, let's come back up. All right, let's bend the knees, placing the feet flat. Let's find tabletop. So ankles and knees in line with the hip sockets. Hands are behind the hips, fingers turn in towards the body. On an inhale, we're just going to lift the hips up as high as feels comfortable. We'll hold here. Squeeze the inner thigh to keep knees in line with the hip sockets. Find those deep breaths. Try and keep elbows from locking as well. Good, next exhale, let's go ahead and release back down to the mat. And then from here, let's move to our backs. So we'll place both hands behind one leg, use that leverage to come all the way back to knees to chest. And you can take a moment and rock side to side if you'd like, massaging the back. My neck is tired today. All right, let's drop the right foot to the mat. We're going to cross the left ankle over the right thigh for upside down pigeon. Foot is flexed. We're looking for the stretch of this left outer hip and glute. If you feel it here, go ahead and stay. If not, draw the right knee in towards the chest. Clasp hands behind that right thigh. Keep the left foot flexed. Try and keep that left knee open and just breathe into the stretch. Find one more deep breath. On the exhale, keep the legs crossed, but drop the right foot if it's lifted back to the mat. Let's take arms to a tee out from our shoulders. We're going to let both legs fall to the right into a twist. And you can turn your gaze to the left and just release into this pose. Next exhale, come back to center, and we'll switch sides. So we're going to draw the right leg up, cross the right ankle over the left thigh, foot is flexed. Again, you can stay here for pigeon, or you can draw the left knee in towards the chest and clasp hands behind that left thigh. Just find those deep breaths here, sending them into the stretch. Oh man, this side is a lot tighter than the other. All right, next exhale, keep the legs crossed. We'll drop the left foot to the mat. It's lifted. We'll let both legs fall to the left into the twist. And you can turn your gaze to the right. All right, next exhale, let's come back to center, and let's move into final relaxation. Actually, before we move into final relaxation, Let's find reclining butterfly. So let knees fall open, bring soles of the feet together. Arms can rest wherever you would like. Just take a few moments here first. And then we'll switch to final relaxation. So you can actually hold this pose throughout it if you would like, or you could adjust to Shavasana or any other position that feels comfortable. But just find where the body can release and relax. And turn your attention back to the breath. Don't feel like you need to force it, just let it be deep. We're not trying to escape anything or close anything off or away. Instead, we want to be present with what is. And to do that, the mind needs something to focus on, so letting it focus on the senses. Notice what you hear, notice what you feel. And just let those sensations come to you. Don't feel like you have to search for them. You might notice the weight of the body as it presses against the mat. You might feel the breath as it moves in and out. Just give yourself permission to be right here, right now. Start to wiggle fingers and toes. Add wrists and ankles, rotating them around. Stretch arms over the head, reaching through the body. We can add the face, opening the eyes wide, and the mouth sticking out the tongue, taking a deep exhale. And then let's roll onto one side. We can use hands to bring ourselves to a seated position. And then once here, let's find one more deep breath, sweeping arms to the sky. We'll exhale, hands back to the heart. Just take a moment here to check back in after the practice. Thank you all for joining me this morning and sharing your practice. Namaste.